The World Series might be over, but there's still some baseball cards that are hot, and some football and basketball cards that are going up a lot as well. We'll tell you which ones are the hottest in today's Top 5 Cards. My name is Geoff Wilson. By day, I invest in tech companies, and at night, I invest in sports cards. Join me and my team as we help you profit from the hobby we all love. Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to another Top 5 Tuesday. We have got cards from all across the sports world that are going up that we are going to talk about today. But first, let me remind you, this episode is brought to you by eBay. eBay is here for the card collectors with a trick for every trade, like advanced tools for price guide checking with Price Guide Beta within the eBay app, and up to 50% faster listing with Image Scan. Learn how collecting just got smarter at ebay.com/trading hub. Hey guys, real quick, this Thursday through Saturday, I'll be at the Sport Card and Memorabilia Expo in Toronto. I'll be on stage a few times, hope to meet you there. Maybe we can even break a box of cards together. That's this Thursday through Saturday in Toronto. And if you want to be a smarter collector, let me also remind you to download the free Sports Card Investor app in the App Store. And if you have the app and you haven't opened it for a while, we now have close to 400,000 cards in the app. We are approaching 400,000 cards. We have been adding cards at a breakneck speed. So if you have it, make sure to open back up the Sports Card Investor app again and check it out. If you don't have it, download it free in the App Store on your phone right now. Just search Sports Card Investor in the App Store. All right, guys, are you ready? Are you ready? It is time for today's Top 5 Cards. In the number 5 spot, the third wheel in the infamous 2019 NBA draft class, but a guy who is heating up right now, RJ Barrett of the New York Knicks. And it's really not fair that RJ Barrett is the third wheel. He just happened to be behind two of the greatest prospects in a long time in Zion Williamson and Ja Morant. But RJ Barrett came in with a ton of talent in his own right, and we are starting to see some of that on display this season. The Knicks are off to a 6-4 start, and Barrett has looked good. He's averaging almost 18 points per game. He's shooting 36% from the three-point line. He's also playing better defense this year as well. He is, in fact, perhaps the best shooter from that 2019 class, and we're seeing all of the interest in Barrett pick up right now. We're seeing a lot of sales volume increase in his cards, and his PSA 10s have a lot of positive momentum, it seems, right now in the marketplace. And let's look at a few of those PSA 10s and market movers. Here on the screen, I brought up his 2019 Optic Holo in PSA 10, his 2019 Prism Base card in PSA 10, and his 2019 Prism Silver card in PSA 10. We're looking here over the course of the last 2 weeks, and I'm going to shift to price changes by percentage. You can see that all of these cards are on a nice trajectory. In fact, it's that Prism Base card that has gone up the most. The Prism Base card is up 48.7% over the last 14 days. That is a card right now that is selling for right around $70. Lots of sales of that card for around $70, where 14 days ago, that card was selling for around $46. So that is a pretty substantial increase in RJ Barrett's Prism Base card prices over the last 14 days. His Prism Silver card is up over 13%, and his Optic Holo card is up almost 10% over the last 14 days. It's been a good early season run for RJ Barrett. In the number 4 spot, we're going to football, and we're going with a running back who's showing a lot of promise in his young career, Jonathan Taylor of the Indianapolis Colts. Yes, Taylor's coming off an exceptional game last week against the New York Jets. He rushed for 172 yards, went for 2 touchdowns on just 19 carries against the Jets. In fact, he's playing so well that some might argue that he could actually be the best back in the NFL right now with Derrick Henry out with injury. I don't know if I'm going to go quite that far, but his numbers suggest that might be the case. He's got 821 rushing yards on the season so far, and 8 touchdowns on just 140 carries, so not a big workload. And of course, what this means is that this young running back, his prices are going up. In fact, let's take a look at some of Taylor's popular cards here. I brought up his 2020 Mosaic Silver in raw condition, as well as in PSA 10 condition. And I brought up his 2020 Prism Base in raw condition, or rather in PSA 10 condition here, as well as raw condition here. So we're looking at both the PSA 10s as well as the raw cards. And if we look at all of these by percentage, they are all generally up over the course of the last 30 days, as we're looking at on the screen. That Mosaic Silver in raw condition is up 60%. This is still an inexpensive card. It's only $8, but that card was selling for as little as $5 about 30 days ago. His Mosaic Silver in PSA 10 is up 28%. That card most recently sold for $97.50. And then you've got his Prism base card in raw condition. That is up 68%, and his Prism base card in PSA 10 condition is up 54%. Now, there's not a ton of these sales in graded condition. That's why you see these chart lines bounce around a lot. There's a lot of unevenness to the sales. But if you look at those recent sales, they're definitely more than what they had been going for in the weeks prior. And that's no surprise with Taylor coming off as strong of a performance as he had last week and as being as good this year as he has been. So Jonathan Taylor looks like a good trajectory for this season. We're sticking with football for the number 3 spot, and we're going with a young quarterback who finally had his chance on the big stage. For better or for worse, Jordan Love of the Green Bay Packers. Yes, the apparent future QB of the Packers. He's been a relatively popular buy for some time now. After the uncertainty about Aaron Rodgers' future with the Packers in the offseason, a lot of people were buying Jordan Love cards. Well, now they're back again because, of course, Aaron Rodgers has had this little issue with the whole thing regarding the vaccine and getting COVID. Hasn't been the best week for Rodgers in terms of public perception, nor has it been good for him on the field because he hasn't been able to get on the field because he is currently recovering from COVID. So enter Jordan Love. This is his chance to get a start in the NFL, and he did that against Kansas City on Sunday. His performance was okay. He completed 19 of 34 passes, passed for 190 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. To be honest, it was a pretty average outing against a team in the Chiefs whose defense hasn't been so good. But hey, in the sports card hobby, a lot of price changes are dictated by hype. And there was a lot of hype around Jordan Love, both in the offseason as well as this past week leading into his first career start. And hype is a good thing for card prices. And we see that right now with Jordan Love's cards on the screen. His 2020 Donruss base card in PSA 10 condition, his 2020 Mosaic base card in PSA 10 condition, his 2020 Mosaic silver card in PSA 10 condition, and his 2020 Prism base card in PSA 10 condition. Over the last 30 days, all of these cards are up and to the right. That is the direction you want to see cards you own going on any type of price chart. And in fact, that Mosaic base card, it's only up about 5%, no big deal there. But the Donruss base card is up 62% over the last 30 days. The Prism base card is up 69% over the last 30 days. And the Mosaic Silver is up 85% over the last 30 days. Now, some of these cards don't have a ton of sales volume because, of course, a lot of these cards are still sitting in PSA's backlog, waiting to be graded. So the population of graded cards on the market right now, still not that big as of yet. But for those of you who have graded Jordan Love cards, you definitely have seen him go up in value over the last 30 days. In the number 2 spot, we're going to baseball, and we're going with one of the new World Series champions from my Atlanta Braves, Dansby Swanson. Yes, Dansby Swanson, he made a lot of noise this postseason. Of course, he's the shortstop for the Braves. Overall, his postseason honestly wasn't spectacular from a numbers standpoint, but he did have some really big hits and home runs during the World Series, which put him back on the map with baseball card collectors and investors. His regular season was decent overall. He batted .248. He had 27 home runs, so some nice power during the regular season, and 78 RBIs. His cards have never been that popular in the sports card hobby, so there's not a ton of them graded. However, the ones that are out there for sale and graded today, they're doing really well on the market right now with him coming off that championship, as you can imagine. So here on the screen, we're going to take a look at a few of those cards. This is his 2015 Bowman draft card in PSA 10 condition. The autograph of his Bowman draft card from 2015. So that's one of his minor league cards there, his prospect cards. And then you've got his 2017 rookie cards and tops. You've got his tops base card in PSA 10 from 2017 in the white jersey, as well as the short print variation of that 2017 tops card where he is in a dirty uniform, the dirty uniform variation. Oh, that old dirty uniform variation. Well, all three of these cards going up, as you might imagine. Over the last 30 days, his tops base card, which has the most sales volume of these three, is up 227%. This card, still not super expensive, selling for $61 right now, but 30 days ago, that card was going for less than $20. And the image variation of that card, the dirty jersey variation, the last sale of that card was $85, which was up 85% from where that card used to be priced. And then his Bowman Draft Auto card is up 13%, only a couple of sales of that card, but it is up certainly from where it was before. So the home run boost is certainly on, and Swanson is one of the beneficiaries, with a lot of his cards looking mighty fine right now. So it is now time for the number one card. But before I give it to you, let me remind you that all of the charts and graphs you see on your screen today are all brought to you by Market Movers. And you can check out Market Movers by going to sportscardinvestor.com and clicking on Market Movers in the main menu bar. Sign up now and get instant access to charts and graphs of hundreds of thousands of sports cards. Okay, are you guys ready to find out who's number one? I'm going to give you a hint. It's another local guy here in Atlanta. It's another World Series champion. It was the pitcher of the pivotal game, Max Fried. Yes, Max Fried of the Atlanta Braves. He had an exceptional closing game in the World Series. He was fabulous in the game that clinched the World Series for the Braves. And Fried has been a good pitcher for quite some time. He actually won his second straight Gold Glove this year, finishing the regular season 14-7, had 158 strikeouts in 165 innings pitched. So those are pretty good numbers overall, but certainly it's what he did in the postseason and specifically in that World Series clinching game that got him a lot of love and attention. A lot of his cards, they've been going up as a result, both the sales volume of his cards as well as the prices of his cards. And here on the screen, I'm bringing up his two 2018 Topps rookie cards. I've got his Topps card right there in PSA 10 condition and his Topps Chrome card in PSA 10 condition. Now, both of these cards are pretty low population. There have not been a ton of these graded because they're still not particularly valuable cards. The base version of his cards are still relatively inexpensive. In PSA 10 condition, that Topps card is going to set you back about $66, and that Topps Chrome card, the last sale of that was actually at $60, a little bit less than the Topps card. I imagine the next Topps Chrome card sale will go for a little bit more than that Topps card sold for. But overall, still not very expensive, so there are probably a lot of these cards sitting out there in raw condition. And maybe right now, people are bundling up those cards to send off to the grading companies. So the population counts on these cards will probably go up over time. But for right now, those of you who have Max Fried cards and particularly graded cards, you guys are doing pretty well. That Topps Chrome card, that card is up 86% over the course of just the last 2 weeks, just the course of the World Series, the last 2 weeks, that card is up 86%, and that Topps card is up 214% over the course of the last 2 weeks. pretty impressive increases for Max Fried. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed our top 5 episode today. Make sure to download that free Sports Card Investor app in the App Store and check out Market Movers by going to sportscardinvestor.com. And please hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell icon so we can continue to bring you more great content like this. We'll see you back in a couple of days with our next episode. Until then, take care, everybody. Good night.